Hi, this is Kym Watson of Easy Trader. This is an exclusive review of the key economic news and events being released in the coming week. Okay, so the headlines obviously grab us. It's interest rates. We've got 4 interest rate decisions to be had, 2 employment rates and 1 GDP figure to come out. So quite a lot coming out. In addition to that, well, there's other factors. Let's run through them as we run through the week here now. UK manufacturing PMI coming out 9:30 Monday the 2nd. Expecting some sort of flatness now. That's just coming off of sort of a peak there in terms of the rate of growth, so it's reduced in that sort of point. In the afternoon we got the US ISM manufacturing PMI figure coming out 3. This hasn't really given us much in the way of moves, market moves, even with misses of late, so it's relatively key, but the significance is reduced a little bit at the moment. Moving into Tuesday, for those that can get out of bed early in the UK, we've got the Australian Royal Bank of Australia rate statement coming out at 5:30 in the morning. Then later in the morning, going back on that often even with the no change situation, runs into 30-40 pip moves, so we can see some reasonable moves come off that bit of news if you do want to get up early. Now, leading into the UK construction PMI figure coming out at 9:30. This hasn't given us much in the way of moves lately, around about 10-15 pips around the news. It's not a big mover at the moment, so certainly if you're having a lay-in after the initial news, you won't want to be getting up for that. Leading into the Euro CPI flash estimate at 10 o'clock. Now, this is only a flash estimate, and it is only, I think, a 14 of the countries, so it's not a complete CPI number, which comes later in the month, but it may be used and maybe have a little bit more emphasis this month because of the interest rate decision coming out on Thursday. Leading into Wednesday, again we've got another key figure from Australia. We've got the GDP at 2:30. Then leading into later on the UK services PMI at 9:30. This services PMI has had some moves, some really good moves up to the last few months, and it's just dying off a little bit. Again, the rate of growth has reduced. That leads us into the US ADP non-farm payrolls. I haven't traded this for 9 months or probably more now. Plus, it's weakened in terms of its relevance with the Fed changing their policy from employment. High-level employment figures to more detailed figures that they're looking for as a barometer of the state of the US employment. Leading into the 3 o'clock time, we've got 2 figures coming out there. We've got the CAD interest rate decision, Bank of Canada interest rate decision at 3 o'clock, which may get the CAD moving, but at the same time you got the services PMI effectively, although again it's not been a great mover, so in fact it moves relatively small of late, so I'm not looking at trading it hardly any of these. Services may be, but the others really not that great, because Thursday is the big day. Now we've got the UK interest rate decision at 12 o'clock, whilst there may be some of the members of the board there that were considering that we should be hiking rates up as early as the first quarter next year. We won't see any of that chatter until we see the minutes in the following week, so there's nothing really to move things there or trade. But we have got the big speculation and suggestion maybe that we will see an interest rate move from the European Central Bank at 12:45, and I think that there'll be a lot of focus on here. There'll be a lot of volatility coming in around it as well. If we get the big move from that, we may get a continuation move when Draghi speaks at 1:30, but the big move when the changes occur often happen. An initial big move comes out with the decision itself, and his comments may move it afterwards. No move there. I can see a huge rally happening for the euro. If they don't take any action, huge rally for the euro dollar perhaps. Now I'm saying perhaps. The only thing that may stop that is if and the market takes a view of they're actually choking the potential for the Europe to continue growing, in which case it may take some of the bigger traders may take a view that, well, actually the euro should be sold anyway. But certainly the press conference will have more weighting if that doesn't change. Okay, leading into Friday, and we've got the Canadian unemployment figures at 1:30, and then the US non-farms employment figures at 1:30 as well. So difficult to trade the Canadian dollar during this period because the US dollar or US data tends to have more weighting. So the trade I'll be looking for normally is my non-farm payrolls on the first Friday of the month. So that'll be the one I'll be looking for a move. Normally, in the past, we were getting 60, 80 pip moves on regular occurrences, and now we're down to sitting about the 40 pip mark. So it has reduced in size, these moves of late. So still be trading it, maybe with some slightly different adjustments to try and get more of a position. But I'll be talking about that in our news-based trading room. Okay, that's it for me. Hope you have a great week. I'll be back next week. Bye for now.